A fruity deal. In the village lived two peasants who, through the years, had become good friends, although they seemed an ill-sorted pair. Tulsidus was easygoing and simple-minded, while his friend Menelal was shrewd and skilled in business. One day, Tulsidus gathered a good crop of potatoes. He went to his neighbor Nyack to borrow his mule to take them to the market in a nearby town. But when he asked for the mule, Nyack threw up his hands in despair. "The stubborn old mule got out during the night," he said. "Ask Trilok to lend you his horse." So Tulsidus went to Trilok's house with doubts in his mind. Trilok was so mean that even the village moneylender avoided him. "How much will you pay?" he asked. "I haven't any money," Tulsidus replied in a despairing voice. "I'm not lending my horse for nothing," Trilok retorted. "You grow melons. Give me 15 and you can borrow the horse." Poor Tulsidus looked crestfallen. "I have only 5 melons in the garden now. I'll give you those and the other 10 later this month." "You will get the horse when I have all 15 melons," snarled Trilok. Thinking of his potatoes, Tulsidus agreed. He rushed home, brought the 5 melons, and gave them to Trilok. Then he went off, hoping to find someone who could lend him the remaining 10 melons. As he wandered down the street, he heard someone shout his name. Turning around, he saw Menelal and Nyack waving to him. "The mule has been found. Now you can take your potatoes to market," Menelal said. "Oh dear," said Tulsidus. "I've already given Trilok 5 melons for his horse, and he won't give them back." "That's what you think," Menelal said with a grin. "Come with me, I'll get your melons." The two peasants went to see Trilok, with Nyack tagging along. Nyack was eager to see someone finally get the better of mean old Trilok. When Trilok saw them, he eyed the 3 men suspiciously. "Where are my other 10 melons?" he shouted. Menelal only grinned in reply. "First, my friend," Menelal said, "we must make sure your horse can carry the load." Without waiting for an answer, he walked over to the horse and began measuring its back with his palms. The others looked on in amazement at Menelal's antics. After a while, he scratched his head and said, "Maybe the horse will do. Tulsidus and his wife can sit in front, and my wife and I can sit behind." Then he added, "But there doesn't seem to be room for the children and Tulsidus's grandparents." "Stop your nonsense," shouted Trilok. "How can my horse carry several families on its back?" "That's your horse's worry," said Menelal. "What worries me is where we tie the hen coops and the baskets of vegetables." Trilok stared at him in disbelief. "You'll kill my horse?" Trilok screamed. "Go and borrow someone else's horse." He was trembling with anger. Turning to Tulsidus, he cried, "Take your 5 melons and be gone." But Menelal stepped forward before Tulsidus could move. "Not so fast," Menelal said. "You yourself said 15 melons is a fair price for borrowing a horse. So you will have to give us 15 melons so that we can borrow another horse." Trilok froze, realizing he was trapped. Desperate to get rid of them, Trilok rushed inside. He returned with 15 melons and handed them to Menelal with a sigh of relief. Menelal handed Tulsidus his original 5 melons. Nyack laughed loudly, delighted that someone had finally beaten the miser. Tulsidus thanked his clever friend. The 3 men walked home through the village together, sharing a well-earned laugh. Greed blinds a man and traps him in his own tricks. Cleverness and fairness bring victory, while meanness brings only loss.